Please welcome, for one night only, at the time of it is the 16th of April, people. It is 13:08, which means 8 minutes past 1, perhaps. Here's a little bit of intro for you. Vegan Stephen Podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Stephen is a fictional character. All characters and events in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated. The following program contains coarse language and, due to its content, should not be viewed by anyone. Jeepers. This is the Vegan Stephen Podcast. The number one vegan 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 podcast. Hello, fucking hello again. Is anyone else dying for a bit of human touch? Give it to me. You know, just been locked up in your fucking gaff. I had the absolute joy of bumping into someone this morning. This is the number one podcast promoting positive mental health. It's not just for vegans, it's every day. We're on YouTube live and everywhere. Wherever you get podcasts, I'm there every day. And there you are. That's all that. A bit of housekeeping out of the way. Jeez, the need for human interaction is something fierce, isn't it? Sometimes you'd be going, I fucking hate humans, and humans are this, that, and the other, and blah, blah. But you can't you can't live with them, can't live without them. Fucking the human need. It's something fierce, man. It's something fierce. It's something fierce. Yeah, if we really, we're fucking pack animals. No, I'm just stating the obvious here, but speaking of pack animals, this is a song for the Eurovision. Today we're talking about two very, very touchy subjects, which need a lot of consideration, and no matter what you say, I think you'll be offending someone. So, I've always wondered when people are talking, Israel, Palestine, and Free Gaza and all this stuff. Like, what's all this stuff mean? Free Gaza, Free Palestine, Free... What's all this about, like? Because I've heard people talk about it for years, and yesterday I was like, fuck it. I gave in, I was like, fuck it, I'll have a look. So I was chatting to some people who know what they're talking about. I watched some some conspiracies, I watched some high-tech, flashy documentaries. So, sure, listen, this is what it is. This is me handing in my homework. So, there you are. Doing your homework under the influence, eh? Jesus. Anyway, so, people really need each other, don't they? You'd be on the phone with someone, normally you'd just be like, hey, get on, guy, you got that thing? Yeah, good man. And then now you bring someone up and they're like, don't go. I haven't spoken to anyone in 6 months. Everyone else is gone. The owner left 6 months ago, said he'd be gone to get cigarettes, never came back. Yeah, the old human touch is great. Right now today's date is, it's 13:13. Oh, which means it's 1 o'clock, 13 minutes past 1 o'clock on Thursday is the 16th of April, 2020. the whole, what's it, free Gaza, free all this stuff. It's all to do with fucking land, and a bit more land. So it's over land. So, yeah, it's over land. There you have it. The land was divided up. It was promised to the head of you got the Muslims, the Jews, and the Christians. They're like the big three or something, as far as I know, religions. And the land was being divided up by England after fucking took it over or whatever. So England was like, getting the fuck out of here, man. Colonies are not the way to go. Like, colonies. What someone does when they take over, they kind of. Oh Jesus! That's a whole other thing. So England was going, listen, doing this whole invading, taking over, putting a few lads in charge and all this stuff. It's a bit more hassle than it's worth. And they were trying to like, let's get the fuck out of India. Let's fucking whatever. Who knows? So they're dividing up the land anyway, and they divided it up between like Israel and was it Jews and Muslims or whatever. Fuck off, I can't. This is where I start. It's too much information, but basically the whole thing is that the Zionists, which are a group of Jews who believe that they want a certain amount of land to call their own, or whatever. And they believe they're trying to see Jews as a race more than a religion. I think. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the old Google over this. People were trying to explain it to me. I was like, oh, gee, I don't understand. Like, what? Well, they don't just fucking get this sort. They've been at it for fucking years. What's going on? So basically, what's happened is you got the Jews and the Muslims, and they both want this bit of land because in the holy text it's promised to both of them. It's important for both the religions. It's important for everyone, but you should listen. There you are. So they both really want it. It's like their favourite toy or whatever. And fucking Kubrick, fucking film man, keeps fucking texting me. Kubrick, give it a rest. Alright, sorry about that. Kubrick, you're gonna have to put. I think he knows he's getting the attention now. Going on about getting the movies. We got movies in the pipeline. Right, how do we turn this off? Hopefully that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So, there's this bit of land, anyway. Some lads were some very intelligent people were trying to explain to me, and I just kept like, I don't understand. So I'm just passing it on to you. Right, here we go. So there's a place there way back before they had fucking way back before WhatsApp and VHS tapes, right? I know it seems a bit mad. Before WhatsApp and VHS tapes, and even before just a long time ago, back in the before times when they're writing the Bible and all that stuff. Man, this is way too complicated, isn't it? Jews, Muslims fighting over a bit of land, grand. Now, here's the bit. The Jews keep taking over the land, like actually taking over, just taking over the land. Alright, they keep buying more gaffs there. They started by coming in, buying a few gaffs or something, and just kind of stealing land, like just literally just stealing land. And then what happened was, because the Zionists or whatever were stealing a load of land, you can imagine what would happen if your neighbour just started stealing a load of your land. Like, you just be like, lads, leave it out. Like, so there's all sorts of arguments. One lad got killed off one family, then another lad got killed off another family. You know, this whole kind of tit for tat crime kind of shit just goes on anyway. So it just got out of hand then, have it. So they're fighting over Holy Land. And if you wanted, you would kind of be like, it's a bit weird because these Zionist lads just kind of showed up in the last 1,000 years or something and decided, right, this is ours. And, and like, I was talking to people about it and I was just like, right, so the Zionists just decided that's ours and we're taking it. And people already live there people have already lived there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Do you know what I mean? Thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and then these lads, you just show up and be like, here, way back before, long time ago, we used to be here. Our great and we're back now. So you guys better fuck off. So they're having the rows over that, and at the moment the Jews have I think it's called Israel State. I'm not really sure how this shit goes, but Israel just keep kind of just taking an inch every day or whatever until there's no Palestine left. So yeah, it's a mess because of borders were written up really fucking weird when England left, and it was also promised to both England promised both Palestine and Israel the whole thing or whatever, and whatever, who knows. So yeah, I don't know. So if I was asking people like, listen, who's being the dick here? And this is quite controversial, and these would be people who would be quite like, they're saying if they're pushed to be like, who's being a dick in the situation, they'll be saying, listen, Israel's being a bit of a dick. There you are. So some people are blaming them. Who knows? It's those people are dying anyway. So, and that's it. When you hear people saying free Gaza, what they mean is Gaza's like the Gaza Strip, and Israel is coming in and taking it or whatever, military force or some shit, and then the people who actually live there being fucked out, the Palestinians, who would be known as Muslim or whatever. So there you are. That's roughly what they're and whatever, that kind of made a bit of sense, I guess. I was like, right, so Jews used to live there forever ago, but they just showed up and were like, listen, we're taking this, and so on. Apparently why it's so messed up or something is because Israel's mates with America, so they're getting America to help them with bombing Palestine and all this fucking weird shit. A lot of it just seems very like illegal and stuff. It seems a bit kind of dodgy. So yeah, that's yeah, there you are. But it's all to do with land, apparently. It's actually nothing to do with religion at all. So there you are. If anyone, people were saying, if anyone's from Ireland or wherever, it's a little bit similar to the Republic of Ireland lads throwing rocks at the British tanks, and in Palestine the British tanks would be Israel. Okay. So there you are. Maybe some of that is true, maybe a lot of it's not true, who knows. So yeah, some people think Israel are being dicks and just kind of like robbing land, and that for geopolitical advantage America's like, this is good for us and stuff. So yeah, it's just mad. People are just buying gaffs in these Zionists are buying gaffs in apparently it's a lot of like Americans just go from America and then move to Israel, but then they have to have like security, like you can't just like live there. You have to live there and there's fucking gunfire going off all the time and all this shit. But yeah, so there you have it. That's a bit of that. So key points, I guess, is fucking I don't know. We'll have a little look and see what Zionist is and all that stuff, and see did I get any of it right. Who knows? So the other thing, is again to do with land. So people just in general say, professors and stuff say it's not really about religion at all, it's about land and power and all this stuff. So the religion's kind of a mask for it, and they use like the Crusades as an example and stuff like that. But who knows? Who knows? You know. I don't. Alright, let's find out. So, all about land, maybe, perhaps. Right. Free Gaza. Free Gaza Movement, FGM, is a coalition of human rights activists and pro-Palestine groups formed to break Israel's blockade of the Gaza Strip. Israel. Okay, so Israel's the Jews and Gaza is, yeah, okay, whatever. And publicise the situation of the Palestinians there. FGM has challenged, this is Wikipedia, the Israel-Egyptian blockade. Oh, I didn't know, right, I'm kind of new to this whole geography thing. Didn't know Egypt and Israel were, okay, anyway. By sailing humanitarian aid ships to Gaza. The group has more than 70 endorsers, including Desmond Tutu and Noam Chomsky. Happy days. Alright, Noam Chomsky is an important philosopher, and Desmond Tutu is a South African cleric and chirurgeon or something. Alright, anyway. Is there, or do you want a little bit more information? Can we get a little bit of context here? The organisations participating in Free Gaza, so Free Gaza is the Palestine thing, movement include International Solidarity. Okay. So let's see if we can find out what all this stuff's about. So yeah, they're trying to help the Palestinians. Some lads said that it was that how the Jews were repressed throughout time. Now they're repressing the Palestinians in the same way that they were repressed. Alright, so I'm going to say that again because maybe I didn't make that clear. That, yeah. They're, yeah. But you listen, that's only from one lad. Who knows? Scooby-Doo-Boo-Boo-Boo-Boo. Israel-Palestine conflict, military conflict. Okay, Israel-Palestine conflict is an ongoing struggle between Israelis and Palestinians that began in the mid-20th century. Various attempts to have been made to resolve the conflict as part of the Israel-Palestine peace process, with only partial success as it ended in 2019. Okay. And it says here, so it's the longest running and most controversial conflict, says Vox magazine or something. Jewish Voice for Peace. So jewishvoiceforpeace.org, so that might be a bit biased. Yeah. The way it was explained to me is that Israel just keeps incrementally nicking more land off Israel. Palestine. Alright, so yeah. There you have it. So, I'm going to sing a little nice song on the piano to hopefully cancel out all the mad shit I've been saying. all about land, eh? Who would have thought? Invested interests, the Americas. It's really Saudi oil, isn't? I'm not very well. That's nowhere to do it. Anyway, whatever. I'm mixing up my countries, I think. Eurovision. Yeah, there you are. What's the main cause of the conflict in Israel and Palestine? This Wikipedia. Origins of the conflict can be tracked back to Jewish immigration and sectarian conflict in mandatory Palestine between Jews and Arabs, has been referred to as the world's most interactable conflict. INTRACTABLE. Interactable? Okay. With the ongoing Israel occupation of the West Bank and Gaza Strip reaching 56 years. A lot of people were saying the most shocking thing about this whole Israel-Palestine thing is that it hasn't been going on for like thousands of years or something. It's only been going on since 1948. So this started in 1948. Is that fucking mental? Or like, it's very, very new, do you know what I mean? The Zionists only moved there like quite recently. At least, yeah. Before that, they were kind of saying that the way they were explaining it to me was like they just started buying like holiday homes there. I obviously don't have this right, but they bought like, you know, a holiday gaff in France or something. So imagine if a lot of Irish lads just started moving to this holiday resort in France, and then they started moving out again and again and again. And then France were like, oh no, hang on. There's a lot of you Irish lads here, and you say you're following your own law and all this stuff, what's this going on here, and you're fucking, you want to call this like Little Ireland. No, this is France, man. This isn't Little Ireland just because a load of you fucking live here. And then if a load of Irish lads started getting their own fucking guns and security, just being like, and they called it like New Ireland or something in some back arse of France or somewhere. So yeah, I don't know. And then every so often started robbing just fields off random French lads. I don't know. It just, like I said, it's the most weird thing about this is that it's only been going on for, I forget how many years I said there. It has not been going on like an incredible amount of time. Yeah, just mad, like, just absolutely mad. So yeah. Ba 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 ba. All right. Does Israel belong to Palestine? This is Vox.com, so Jesus, I don't know. This is going to get very controversial. Israel is the world's only Jewish state, located in the east of the Mediterranean Sea. Palestinians in the Arab population that hails from the land Israel now controls refer to as territory as Palestine and wish to establish a state by the name on all or part of the same land. Why is Palestine not a country? What the fuck? Palestine isn't a country? I'm so confused. Palestine is not a country. Because of this, some of the countries that recognized the state of Palestine in their statements of the recognition refer to the 1967 borders, thus re-recognizing as its territory only occupied Palestine territory, not Israel territory. Oh Jesus. And then there's something like, yeah, I don't know, it's all fucking, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. It's weird. There's a whole lot of he did this, she did that, and oh yeah, but you did this, and blah blah blah. But the Zionists, is like, as far as I can make it, only showed up 1948, or at least started aggressively taking land. But yeah, I don't know. I said other people say it's nothing to do with religion, it's more of a invested interest and all this stuff. Alright, any other little bits? Israel Palestine conflict, okay. Israel Palestine conflict. So, oh dear, has a lot of this in Hebrew, so I won't be attempting that, unfortunately. Is an ongoing struggle between Israelis and Palestinians that began in the mid-20th century. Alright. Years. That's not much, is it? It hasn't been going on long at all. It's fucking mental. Alright, I think they just keep going on about the same thing. We want names. The two parties currently engaged in direct negotiation are the Israeli government, led by Benjamin Netanyahu, that's Netanyahu, and the Palestine Liberation Organization, headed by Mohammed Abbas. The official negotiation has are mentioned by the international conduct known as Quartet of the Middle East, represented by the special envoy of so it's Russia, United States, European Union, and United Nations. The Arab League is another important actor. Alright, they're getting way too... that's gone. Maybe you guys understand that, I don't know. They're all having a fight over about land, alright? About land. And some say it's not about land. Sorry, it's not about religion. It's about something else. Anyway, should listen. Yeah. It's kind of... It's a bit... Because... I like to think of myself as a nice lad. I was listening to the stories like, but they should give it to the Jews, come on, they fucking took everything from them. But then it's kind of like, but at the same time, the Muslim lads have been living there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, like, and then suddenly they're just being kicked out of their fucking gaff, like. Imagine someone just fucking kicked you out of your gaff. And they're like, hey, why you kick me out of my fucking gaff? I live like fucking... Must have used my granddad built this house or whatever. Imagine where the fuck you live. And then some lad goes, listen, we have this book that said we used to live here fucking thousands of years ago, and says we should live here now because our fucking preach. You see that lad? That lad over there, he said it's true. And fucking he said it's okay with the man upstairs. Listen, man, there's the man upstairs that makes it up, so you're gonna have to fuck off. You'd be like, here, lad, my granddad built me this house. I pay taxes here. My mum knows your dad or something. I don't know. We went to school together. What the fuck you doing, lad? Cop on. I don't know. I was just trying to break it down into simple, relatable terms because it just seems fucking beyond me, and you hear all this stuff about. But at the end of the day, you're like, here, what, like. So yeah, Jewish lads just showed up and said, listen, this is ours. And it's a very touchy subject. Alright, that's oversimplified. There's obviously a lot more to it than that. But there you are. Now, free Tibet. You're beautiful like the rain. I'm drenched in you again. I want to hug you and kiss you, but your evil would let me drown in pain. know if you couldn't tell, but I've been waiting here for too long now, so make my wishes come true. I see your eyes when I close my eyes. I'm drenched in your life throughout time. I wanna hug you and kiss you, but you're evil and would let me drown in pain. And it's like, hey, they're wishing well. I don't know if you couldn't tell, but I've been sitting here for too long now, so make my wishes come true. And it's like, hey, they're wishing well. I don't know if you couldn't tell, but I've been waiting here for too long now, so make my wishes come true. And it's like, na 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 na. Make my wishes come true. And it's like, hey, they're wishing well. I don't know if you couldn't tell, but I've been waiting here for too long now, so make my wishes come true. So it's a tricky enough one. Free Palestine, free Gaza, Israel things. I was talking to people about it. I was like, man, I can't go on the podcast and go, oh, the Jews did this. I'll be eaten alive, man. You can't go around fucking saying this and giving out that. And they were like, in this case, Israel are being a bit of a dick. And I was like, man, can I really say that? Like, and they're like, I don't. If you want to be that dick, if you want to be that lad who goes around pointing fingers. But listen, as I said, I don't have a horse in the race. I was just asking around, doing a bit of googling, but who knows. So a bit of Palestine. How are you getting on? It's only been going on 53 years, like. So let's have a little look at this Zionism, because let's have a little look. All right, let's see. Zionism. So this is a good old Wikipedia, so hopefully it's a bit unbiased. I don't know. Zionism is the movement of Jewish people that imposes the re-establishment of a support of a Jewish state. So they want a Jewish state. That's the most important thing, and that related to the statement. Was it overland? Was it free? I can't even remember. We were talking about it this whole podcast anyway. So let's see. The movement of Jewish people that imposes the. I want to turn that light off, it's right in my eye. Anyway, the Jewish state territory defined as historic land of Israel, roughly corresponding to Canaan, the Holy Land, or the region of Palestine. Modern Zionism emerged in the late 19th century, so it's not like it's pretty new. Do you know the way I was slagging off Scientology and I was slagging off fucking Mormons and all these things, just going, these lads weren't around fucking 10 minutes ago. So these lads are they're new to the scene as well. Anyway, I won't point any fingers. Religion's something else, isn't it? Yeah. Listen. Let's see what these lads have to say. Modern Zionism emerged in the late 19th century. The central of Eastern Europe, the national rival movement in both as a reaction to new values in anti-Semitism. Jewish Enlightenment. Alright, soon after this, most leaders of the movement associated with the main goal and creating the desired state in Palestine. Then the area controlled the Ottoman Empire. Okay. Until 1948, this is getting straight on the money. The primary goals of Zionism were to re-establish the Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel, in gathering of the exiles, and liberation of the Jews from the anti-Semitic discrimination and persecution that they experienced during their diaspora, that's diaspora, since the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948. Zionism countries primary to advocate on behalf of Israel and address threats to its continued existence and security. A religious variety of Zionism supports Jews upholding their Jewish identity and an adherence to religious Judaism opposed to other massive words. So fair play to them. They're, it seems pretty good. It all seems great until you kind of go, oh shit, you kind of got to kick out the people that already live there. And then it's like, just gets a bit awkward, like, it's like, oh shit, I forgot people live there. I don't know. That's just my angle. I don't know. Other people have more thoughts about it. The common denominator between all Zionists claim that Israel is a national homeland of the Jews and as legitimate focus for Jewish national self-discrimination. It's based on, so it has historical ties and all the rest of it. Happy days. It's a good plot of land, like a lot of people want it. If it wasn't so warm, I might even move there. But I just thought I can't handle. I have that Dublin tan, that pristine Dublin tan that's covered it across the world. It's that ultimate shade of about to pass out from malnutrition and that kind of milky. I don't know. Alright, let's see what else we got here. So that's what that's all about. It goes into background and borders. The borders, it's a bit awkward because the borders were kind of, I don't know. And there's loads of people trying to get peace there, like fucking, what's this lad called? The lad who likes cigars and putting cigars up vaginas. Special Assistant to the US President Bill Clinton. Grand. So Bill Clinton was on the case. And he did a bit, and so everyone's in on it. Okay, grand. So the other thing that was... So there you are, big fight over land. Very, very important, and whatever. There you are. You always see it on TV, like beep, 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 with loads of guns going up. And I'm like, what are these lads fucking fighting over? Like, what is all this about? Well, there you are. Well, that's a massive generalised statement, so fucking hell. I'm getting my lawyer's going off in my ear. He says just fucking apologise and turn off the broadcast now before the lawyers are on the phone. Alright. Alright, what's next? So, free Tibet. Okay. So, I was talking about land for strategical advantage. Tibet is, I should probably look up the exact definition and everything. Okay, so here's what happened in Tibet. China, I can't do my Trump impression very well, unfortunately. China, 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 China. So it's Free Palestine, grand. Zionists, grand. So just to clarify, it's not like all Jews or whatever. It's like a specific. Do you know the way in Catholicism you got like fucking. Anyway, it's a specific group of a specific group, and who knows. Free Gaza, grand. Free Tibet. Okay, let's have a little look for what Free Tibet is all about. Free Tibet. So, I hope you're enjoying those birds. Those birds are very, very expensive. Bird sounds. I have to get in a trainer for them and everything. It's a non-profit, non-governmental organisation founded in 1987, based in London, England. So what are they up to? I can't see what the fuck they're... I can't... Alright. Here's what happened anyway. This place called Tibet. It was religious leader. It was a lad called Dalai Lama. You've heard of the Dalai Lama? One of the nicest lads you'll ever meet. You know that fucking lad that's really nice? But they kind of get bullied a bit because they're too nice. Well, that's what happened. Dalai Lama's there. He had Tibet. Everything's gone well. It's like fucking... love praying and all that stuff. Can't get enough of it. It's like a big load of... The whole country is like a big church or something. I don't know. That's not true, but whatever. So China comes in and goes, listen, we need this, and fucking they did it by the Red Army slaughtered the Tibetan army, and then they entered negotiations. So said, listen, fucking we'll kill everyone unless you fucking do what we say and all the rest of it. And then they rewrote history to say, or tried to rewrite history to say that Tibetans were liberated by the CCP. Was it Ming? Damn, I can't remember. Ming? Fuck. So, yeah, and it's absolutely mad. There's the Dalai Lama, right? Who's like, it's some kind of weird ass bloodline thing. Alright, let's stay focused. Okay, so there's a prophet called the Dalai Lama, right? The new Dalai Lama's coming. But China have their own sneaky Dalai Lama in there. Do you know the way they hear puppet states and all that good shit? Well, they have their own like fake inside man Dalai Lama. How fucking good is that? So there's going to be two Dalai Lamas. One's going to be the Chinese state one, and the other one's going to be like the actual Dalai Lama. But yeah, they're Tibetan monks. They're fucking top-notch lads. Unfortunately, I know nothing about them. Passing knowledge at best. But that's what happened, right? These lads were like praying loads. China comes in and goes, listen, we're taking this. Just fucking took it. Then rewrote in the media to say, oh, they want us to come in and free them from whatever. I'm going to look up the facts now in a minute. But this is roughly the stuff you hear. Like the countless stuff to do with slaughtering Tibetan monks by the Red Army, all that stuff. But here's why it all happened, and this is very, very important, is because it all comes down to land. It's got nothing to do with fucking Tibet or fucking the Tibetan monks or any of that shit. It's got to do with water. The water that comes from Tibet goes through China. Or feeds fucking China. Like the water supply for China is like comes from Tibet, and it can be used to other water that comes out of Tibet goes into India. Fuck, I hope I'm right. Is it India or Iran? Fuck, I'll say it's India. It goes into India anyway. And China have strategically dammed up the water to stop it going into the neighbouring country. Alright. So there's just people in India without fucking water because China just said, nah, we're taking that, and they're driving the water like back into China or whatever. Alright? So why did they do it? They did it because they didn't want someone to come in and fuck with their water supply. So they had to go to Tibet and take over Tibet just militarily or whatever. And they did stuff like usual crap, like kill all the scholars, get them to burn all the texts so that they're a big part of the bigger picture of China and all the rest of it. Okay, so it's all to do with water. They don't want someone coming in, taking over the water supply, cutting off the water supply to China, and then like China's fucked. You need water. So that, and then they decide to fuck over India. I better check what this is. Better check my facts here by cutting off their part of their water supply. Water. Let's look up here. Freedom, Tibetan independence. So yeah, all to do with water, eh? Water resources. Tibet water resources. What resources does Tibet have? Tibet has a huge resources of copper, lithium, gold, silver. Most of it has never been touched because Tibetans didn't mine the land. It's against their religious practices to disturb the ground. But China has begun mining on an enormous scale. Oh, China, you cheeky monkeys. What was the water source for the things of Asia or whatever? A major source for the Asian rivers. Tibet is the epicenter of religious food, regional food and water security. And then we have, is Tibet a country in China? Just to clear that up, it says the People's Republic of China, PRC, claims that Tibet is an integral part of China, which it is, I guess. The Taliban government, so that can't be right, Tibetan governments in exile mountains that Tibet is an independent state under unlawful occupation. Yeah, so Tibet feels like it's under unlawful yeah. So anyway, it's all to do with water. And Jesus. And then you got China companies selling Tibet water and stuff. Anyway, so fucking hell. Tibet water, I guess India. Let's see what. Better check up what I was shouting on about. Anyway, Tibet. TBT. China. Wiki baby. The Dalai Lama. Oh, it's only Tibet as well as recent enough, which I found very interesting. It started in 1959 to the... Oh wait, I could be wrong. Oh dear. No, it's... I can't remember. Let's find out. Control F. Scooby-Doo. China. Alright. 1951. The region maintained autonomy until 1951 when the following Battle of Kamola, Chamdo, Tibet became incorporated by the People's Republic of China. So they took over. Alright. That's... okay. The previous Tibetan government was abolished in 1959. So in 1959, after a failed uprising, today China governs the western central Tibet, and as Tibet is an autonomous region, while the eastern areas are now mostly other big words like that. So there you are. So they're both quite recent. Or is it? The Tibetan Empire, we go into that. The Tibetan Empire emerged in the 7th century. Oh, fuck. Fair play to them. They've been around since the... that's a fucking empire. Still going. Let's see. How the Tibetans protest is fucking beautiful. They protest with culture. Because China's trying to just go, no, you're part of us, but Tibet like celebrates with all the art, and it's fucking brilliant. It's very, very... It's an inspiring culture, alright. Coming from a man who knows nothing about it. But it looks very good on the tin. I haven't tried the food, but it looks good at a distance. Politica is a traditional homeland of Tibetan people, as well as some other genetic groups, such as Mopa, Tam... Oh jeez, I'm gonna butcher these words. Alright, so it's been around since fucking forever. There you are. And the borders were established in the 18th century. So... Alright. Ba 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 ba. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi-bidi. Let's have a bit look at India here. So, claimed by India as part... Within China, Chinese controlled, claimed by India as part of... Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. Alright. Land, eh? It makes people go mad, doesn't it? Fucking land. I was thinking about it so much. I was like, China has to fucking take it over, man. Just from a military position, you can't have people fucking with your water. Like, it's not theirs, but I don't know, man. Whoever has the highland has the power, because that's where the water comes down. So China will be at the mercy of whoever owned Tibet. Yeah. Let's turn on brand. Okie dokie. Israel, Palestine, Tibet, TBIT, China. Okay. Here we go. What's the issue between China and Tibet? Let's find out. This Wikipedia. The Tibetan sovereignty debate refers to two political debates. The first is whether the various territories within the People's Republic of China, PRC, that are claimed as political Tibet should separate and become new sovereign states. Why did China invade Tibet? This is from freetibet.org. In 1950, the newly established Chinese communist regime decided that Tibet must become a permanent part of People's Republic of China, and launched an invasion for China. Possessing Tibet gave access to rich natural resources and allowed it to militarize the strategically important border with India. Boom! Got India right, thank fuck. The China and India are like keeping tabs on each other. Is Tibet part of China? Tibet is located on the southwest of China, also bordering China. Tibet's historical territory would make it the world's 10th largest nation. Today, it is under China's occupation and has been divided up, renamed and incorporated into Chinese provinces. See maps of Tibet here. So, some people think it's like, well, just me. They kind of just went, right, that's ours, with Tibet. They just said, aye, that's ours, taking that. And they said, instead of, they changed the narrative of it. Instead of you invaded and you fucking slaughtered everyone and kill all these monks and it's fucking horrendous. They changed the story to be like, oh no, we went in and fucking helped, they needed us, and we went in and liberated them. And Tibet are still going, I guess they're trying to do it peacefully and stuff. And anyway, mad. When did China take over Tibet? We have 1950. Alright. China invaded Tibet in 1950 inside the borders and across the world. Tibetans have never stopped believing Tibet as a nation. After more than 60 years of occupation, Tibetans still resist China's rule and defy occupation. So there, yeah. Will Tibet ever be free? Is Tibet a country now? Sovereignty of Tibet. Tibet, eh? Alright. Anything going on in the journal today before we finish up? There you have it. Jeez, that was fucking mad, wasn't it? Water. China robbing a lot of water. Lads just nicking land. Okay. So in the news today we just have coronavirus stuff going on. And liquidators. Debenhams sent the liquidators in and stuff. They're shutting down all that stuff. Businesses all over the world are shutting down. Alright, that's it. Stay safe. It's the Free Tibet thing and the other thing. It's fucking. It's fucking heartache. The two of them are just fucking heartaches, man. It's just fuck. So many people dying for fuck all. And it's just fucking land, isn't it? Anyway. Who knows? You kind of see where both people are coming from, but then you're like, fuck. Did all those people have to fucking die though? It's a bit much. But listen. Who knows? This is the Vegan Stephen podcast. This has been an explanation on Tibet, crash course on Tibet, and oh jeez, where else was it? I can't even remember now. So hope you enjoyed it. Over and out. Have a great one.